In tonight's SWAT episode, Annie Kay had her first day in court. She's Deacon's wife. She gave up law school to start a family with him, but he later pushed her to go back to school. She graduated top of her class and passed the bar exam, officially becoming a lawyer. She was nervous about her first day at her dream job, worried that she might fail. Annie had been having nightmares about failing, even though she's great at everything she does. She just needed to regain her confidence, and Deacon tried to help before he had to go to work. SWAT got involved in a manhunt, which turned into more of a woman hunt. A prison van transporting felons got into a fight, causing a distraction that led to the prisoners forcing the van off the road. 3 of them escaped, and there were casualties. One of the prisoners was killed because she was slowing them down. SWAT took on the case, and Hondo, Tan, and Alexis were on the scene. They used to do their usual morning hike with Street and Luca, but this time they were dealing with an intense situation. So, Luca bounced for a training thing, leaving Street in charge of the Long Beach SWAT squad. The rest of the crew wasn't feeling their morning hikes anymore, so they brought in Hondo to mix things up. They were out hiking in Bear Creek when word of a prisoner escape came in, and they were the first ones on the scene. Luca eventually made his way back to town and checked in on Kelly. He was trying to teach her how to drive, but she wasn't listening and almost caused a wreck. He got on her case about it, feeling bad for snapping, but knowing she needed to trust experienced drivers, like him. He had to dip out when his team needed him, so he dropped Kelly off at the station while they hunted down the fugitives, 3 ladies on the lam. First up was Tina Carter, a thief who grabbed some clothes and a gun from a nearby house after busting out of prison. She was tough, but not as gnarly as Diane Madden. Diane had offed her hubs and was planning a Mexico vacay with their kid when the cops caught her. She'd been writing to her in-laws, but they ghosted her, so she went straight to their place when she busted out. Diane was trying to talk to her son when his grandma butted in. They ended up getting into a fight. SWAT heard the commotion as they were on their way to warn the family that she had escaped. They rushed in and talked Diane out of causing any more trouble. They reminded her that her son was watching, and she shouldn't do something he would regret. Little Jackson shouldn't have to see his mom hurt someone he cares about. Diane turned herself in and was able to give her son a bracelet she made for him before being taken back to prison. Diane was the first one sent back, followed by Tina, who had been using stolen credit cards to live large. SWAT arrested her, but knew she could be helpful. The third escapee, Jolene Jeffries, was the most dangerous as she was a serial killer. Instead of fleeing to Mexico, she went on a killing spree in LA, targeting those who profited from her story. She confided in her cellmate, Tina, about her plans for revenge. Tina snitched on her in exchange for nail polish, so SWAT knew Jolene was planning to go after everyone who benefited from her crimes. She started by killing the book editor who profited from her story. SWAT then rushed to warn potential targets when they heard gunshots at one residence. Tina was chasing a guy with a gun, and he shot at her to save himself, so she had to run again. Deacon was also in trouble with his wife because he ignored her call when their son got sick at school. Annie called Deacon for help because she couldn't drop everything to pick up their sick kid anymore. She's got a job now too. Deacon needs to step up at home and with the kids to support her career properly. Deke and the team got a call about a hostage situation involving Jolene at her mom's house. Her mom used to be a drug addict who pimped out Jolene as a kid, but now she's clean and married with another daughter, who she's still willing to sell Jolene's story for cash. Jolene took her mom and half-sister hostage and tried to torture her mom, but SWAT showed up just in time. Deke had to shoot Jolene to stop her, and now she's going back to prison. Deke felt bad for messing up his wife's first day and considered retiring from SWAT to prioritize his family. Luca apologized to Kelly and agreed to give her driving lessons again. But then he got shot while trying to stop a robbery. No one knows if he'll make it through.